Servicing and replacing the silencer of a motorbike. Hello and welcome to this session on servicing and replacing the silencer of a motorbike. The function of a silencer is to reduce the noise from the engine. When the silencer breaks down, the sound from the engine can become loud. It then becomes necessary to replace the silencer. The silencer requires periodic maintenance due to excess of rust, dents, cracks, etc. In this session, we will learn how to service and replace the silencer of a motorbike. Before we go into the procedure, first let's take a look at the tools and materials. The tools we would require are sockets and ratchet, open and spanners, adjustable pliers, screwdriver, flat blade large, small plastic parts, pan and rag, brush with brass, steel or nylon foam, bristle for removing rust, larger rag for wiping the assembly, small amounts of oil if required for lubricating bolts. Now we will see the steps involved in servicing and replacing the silencer of a motorbike. Start by inspecting the silencer exhaust output for corrosion or exhaust leakage and replace if necessary. Inspect the silencer frame mounting flanges for fracture or loose bolts. Check the cylinder head mounting flange for tightness. If all is in order, use a proper socket and ratchet to remove the two cylinder head mounting bolts or nuts. Next, use the ratchet and proper socket to loosen the silencer mounting flange bolts. At this point, the header pipe and silencer assembly should be loose but still connected. Remove the loose bolts or nuts, placing them in the parts tray. Now, gently lift the silencer and header pipe assembly away from the motorcycle and set it on the ground nearby. If the heat diffuser and exhaust gasket are loose, then they need to be placed in the parts tray. If they are attached to the pipe and the engine, leave them in place. Some have silencers clamped to the header pipe while others are welded together. However, it is not difficult to examine the exhaust system and adjust to the differences since the components are similar. Next, using a small cleaning brush, remove any loose rust or rust flakes from the silencer and header pipe. Wipe the assembly clean. Examine the exhaust assembly for cracks, holes, and excessive rust, especially on the silencer. To reattach the silencer and header pipe assembly, gently lift it into place. If the heat diffuser or gasket was removed, hand slide the diffuser on the end of the pipe and the gasket into the exhaust manifold in the same direction as they were removed. Do not reverse their original direction. Hand thread the cylinder head bolts into place and tighten them. Now, hand thread the silencer flange bolts into place and tighten it. Inspect the head bolt area to assure that the header pipe has seated properly. If it has not seated well, loosen the bolts and make proper adjustment for a good seat. Using the socket and ratchet, tighten all bolts starting at the headset. Check for tightness by pulling and pushing on the silencer assembly. Start the engine and examine the exhaust system for exhaust gas leaks. Sometimes, using a thin long piece of tissue or paper and moving it without touching the exhaust itself across the length above and below is helpful in locating a little puff of gas. We have now successfully serviced and repaired the silencer of a motorbike. Also remember that every manufacturer and model will differ slightly in shape and attachment system for the exhaust system. Multi-cylinder vehicles have multiple silencers. With that, we have come to the end of this session. In this session, we have learned to remove a silencer, inspect the exhaust system, clean the exhaust system, install a silencer. With that, we have come to the end of the session. Thank you.